unless you want like an end cap or you're trying to get people with bleeding or something, everybody's worth the same at all times in ace mod. So you don't have to focus on the people holding perm health necessarily. It's a
Gotcha,
nice thing about the
gotcha.
config.
It is. I actually really like that as opposed to pro mod. But we are going live right here, and it looks as though Coach has immediately drawn that witch. Actually going into the alley and getting the crown. Charger is going to be able to land on him now, almost having a jockey intercept. Now we actually do get the jockey intercept along with a smoker right there, and that's going to be their health bonus gone, plus a lot of damage also going out to Coach, resulting in the in cap. And that is exactly what we talked about, Pearson. They got the crown, but those spawns from above did a lot of work.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was a nice, basically a free charge onto Slow. He was not looking out for SI at all while going for that crown, and that cut off about 200 points from the total bonus right here. And the SI just about to have another hit. Nice 2-boom onto the back 2 here. This is going to enable them to go for a hit at the top of this roof right here. Smoker coming out. Charger, oh, he was looking for a charge off. Not going to happen, but Spit is going to get a free in cap onto Rochelle. And look at these survivors' health. Mulder is down to 1 HP. Slow, sitting very low as well.
Exactly, that's a lot of damage again going out. This is now just pretty much however long Team Agents can just face roll their way through the map right here. And I mean, at this point, the problem for them is that now that this amount of damage has gone out and they're not going to be making the save room with bonus, this is where Paragon has a chance to capitalize. That is going to be an in-cap going out onto Mulder, downing him so he has more health when he gets back up. Nobody's going to be black and white yet, and Paragon has an okay hit for this drop. It's going to be a jockey, spitter, hunter, and a boomer.
So let's see if they get melted down here from the top. Nice land of the jockey. In managed to get the pounce. Gonna put Spit on top of that. Reg HQ. Managed to get out of that Spit. Once again, Spit is a little bit weaker in Ace mod than in Pro mod. So you can escape from it quite often, but in cap after in cap, damage after damage, it's gonna add up. They are gonna get one more set of pills here, right up ahead in the pill box in the next room. So you know, honestly, they're gonna keep getting distance off of this though, and Paragon should really be trying to confirm the wipe here before too long. They do have Skittles black and white right now. It looks like they aren't even gonna give him the pills.
Yeah, that one survivor still in the back. Hunter trying to go in right there, but Nick was staring at that spawn. He was able to kill the Hunter before it got even close. Smoker's gonna swamp in the back as well. Nick trying to turn around, but it's actually gonna overshoot right there. And this is where you start getting into, like, I don't know, maybe like a focus on the wrong things. Like, for instance, they're all trying to go and down that one survivor and try to get him to stop. But I would just rather prefer to see a regular hit there from Paragon instead of trying to do something like that, because it did not work, as we saw.
Yeah, definitely so. They didn't even get the pull onto Nick, so he did not get in capped right there. Mulder still sitting at 1 HP though. Gonna be looking for this boom. If they get a nice boom here, maybe they can get the wipe during this event. Nice double boom going in right now. Charger probably gonna get some punches. No, actually going for the charge onto Nick. And all survivors still standing after that. Oh, there we go. Mulder gonna get in capped.
Yeah,
Wow, boom.
As an SI team, this is one of the most infuriating things on the face of the earth. Like, they are just limping their way through the map. They're getting all the distance. They're going to have no bonus left to speak of, but still 200 or 300 points, give or take, where they wipe. You know, that could have been prevented just by being able to kill them somehow. Spit's going to go in there, and it is going to get another in cap, but he's going to be black and white. We are going to have that Jack finally landing for a good amount of separation onto Skittles in the front. That is going to be his death unless he gets grouped to the wall. Now 2 survivors down. But again, you know, every little bit in this situation, especially with a 2-game series, especially with the fact that this is now a position that Paragon's going to have to fight back from on their home server going into their half of this round, you know. Just one of those things where the sooner you can wipe them, the better, especially since they're all bleeding out, limping, and almost dead.
Yeah, definitely so. It's really easy to have that happen too. You have like survivors bleeding, somebody's slow, and you're like, okay, we've done our work. These guys are dead now. They're not gonna make it, and you forget, you know, you're in a match right now, and every point you get's gonna count. And if you don't like try super hard to get that wipe as soon as possible, the survivors are gonna eke out another 100, 200 points from you.
Yeah, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about a 2-game aggregate score that's going to be, and not it's the first round of the tournament, so it's not like it's an elimination, but still it's a match. This is, especially for Team Paragon, you know, being in the position that they are, trying to just get as many points as they can as they go through the Swiss, and for Aidens as well, trying to pull the upset. It's just like every little bit counts. We're going live here. Paragon are going to be coming out of the stage room, I think, with a 3 Uzi setup, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing we saw from Agents. Kind of interesting to see on this opening hit. Oh, it looks like they switched to 2 shotgun. Charge gonna miss right there, but the jockey does land. Charge is still running around, and that's a little bit of chip damage on 2 of the survivors right now.
Yeah, they switched to the 2-2. I think that's because even with the increase in reloadability that came in for the Uzis recently in version 3 of Ace Mod, you know, that kind of balance is still pretty worth it, I would say. And we do have a tank up in the hands of ZLO, aka Evil in English, for Team Agents. He's going to try to work his forklift in, and right now, I think just taking it one step at a time, Paragon just needs to make sure they do better on this tank than Agents.
Yeah, definitely. So tank, no early chip being attempted against this tank as he knocks this forklift around. We might honestly see him like commit instantly if he can get this in close enough, but he's having a lot of trouble getting around that pole. Nice one boom gonna land over there, and the survivors getting scared, backing up to safe room actually. Ooh, I don't know, I'm pretty scared for Team Paragon right now. They have no chip on this tank. Tank's getting the forklift into the safe room area.
Oh!
Now it's 4 survivors.
They need to get out of this area
Tight
right
little
here.
area, but there's Horde coming in.
Oh no, this
Can
is
they
gonna be
do
bad.
it? Tank looking for the separation, gonna miss his first punch onto Adam. Manages to get the next one. Jockey is down right now though. They've just got a smoker up to help this tank whatsoever. Getting that first in cap. Smoker needs to really help this tank out. Server lagging. And Zlo all alone now, basically managing to have that boom popped once again. He does get punch onto Lucifer, another punch onto Verbansky. But wow, that could have turned out a lot worse for the Survivor team. Nice work by Paragon, really mitigating the damage there.
Yeah, as you just said, that could have been an absolute disaster. Like, they had gotten themselves back to the safe room. The forklift almost landed on a coach's face there. And, I don't know, comparable amounts of damage, I would say, going out, but maybe Paragon took that a little bit better. I know going back to the safe room is a strat that they usually do like to employ, but in that situation, maybe also in Ace Mod where there's a lack of slowdown on the Uzis, it might not be the best call because they're going to get sandwiched, and then something like that. Disaster could have happened in that area. However, we do have another hit now for Team Agents after that tank. Jockey, Smoker, Hunter, and a Spitter, so a 3-1. Looks like they're going to be going in right now. All Paragon managing to push inside. Spit going down. Nothing really landing on that. Nice shutdown by Paragon as they went inside and got out of that spit by climbing next to the lovely little purple elephants.
Yeah, that's a really nice coordinated jump up onto the elephant shelf right there. Very cute to see from Team Paragon. So once again, they have a fair amount of health bonus, and as long as they take this witch, like the next couple choke points, the witch and the ladder choke, well, they could be making this safer and holding on to this bonus. They do have a 626 bonus right now, which is the kind of range they're going to want to see.
Yeah, if they manage to keep that, then that'll put it back into more of a favorable position for them, especially because, again, the common course is seeing maybe a victory by 1k, maybe 2k points, depending on the ping and the teams on the home server for one side, and then reflecting that on the next home server. Obviously, anything can happen. Teams are pretty experienced playing with higher ping these days, as we can see from Agent's play so far. Crown attempt going out right here, managing to get the crown. That is going to be a nice crown by Adam, but a nice hit going in. 17 damage, Pounce landing on the Rain right there. Sharp did a little bit of damage, but that's a lot better than Team Agent take that.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like the Hunter was not quite ready to hit on the actual Witch Crown though. So hit came in a little bit late, but it was a nice damage pounce to see on top of that. Spitter going for the delay right here. They actually have a good setup to go for a charge off if they can manage to find it. Spit might be separating right now. Charger not finding a spawn. Does finally get it. Is he gonna find it? No, not quite. Couldn't get it onto either of those survivors up top.
Yeah, that was close. Obviously, the hit, even though it's been reduced due to the fact you can shoot off the ladder, some teams still like to go for that because the charge off does still have that reset ability just to make the survivors go all the way back around. It used to be devastating when there was no ability to shoot from the ladder because you can't really do a whole lot with it except send one survivor up and try to make a play. But in this situation, even though they went for it, Paragon were able to get the better of them, and they do still have a very, very nice bonus at this stage in the map. Hit coming in, nice yeet going out by Lucifer. Charger going in, not a whole lot being able to land right there. Spit again being dodged by jumping onto another area, and this is more what we'd expect to see on the home server from Paragon.
Yeah, definitely so. They're holding 500 bonus right now still, and they just have to get through maybe one more hit on the event. If they get lucky, they can rush the safe room without taking much more than that.
You know, it would be interesting to see them try to hold it out at this point. I don't think they're going to, though, because they do have 2 people bleeding, but if their health is a little bit better, 120 commons is a pretty solid amount, but it's not like the insane coaster 300 common that you can see in the next chapter. We do have a hit going in right now. Jockey landing onto Adam in the front. Charter trying to work his way in right there. Managing to land onto Adam with a spit going down, plus a pull on Rain into that spit. Adam actually might go down here. Manages to avoid it. Now he does get re-pulled and also shot in the back by one of his teammates. A little bit more damage there going out than probably you'd like to see if you're Paragon, but it did go on to just damage bonus instead of health bonus.
Yeah, that's another 100 points off of their total bonus, though, from that hit. A really nice spit play with that charge from Team Agents, and Paragon might be getting hit one last time. Jockey gonna land, Boomer gonna get shut down right there, though, and they have 2 more SI, which are gonna be a little bit too late, I think, as the survivors make it into that safe room there.
Indeed they do, and that is going to give Team Paragon the lead with that 320 health bonus by a small 38-point margin, 1248 to 1210 going into map 3. So a very, very close game on the home server right here. And really, I think this next chapter is going to depend on the tank spawns, because obviously when you have higher ping, your arms are a little bit longer. I'm being somewhat facetious, but, you know, a little bit, maybe insanely in some regards. But since it's 68%, that is going to be outside. And I think that is going to be around the start of the coaster, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see exactly how Team Agents can do on the special infected side now, as Paragon are going to be playing Survivor first for the first time in this match. Welcome back, P-Sim.
Thank you. It was a lovely new glass of water here for myself.
Fantastic. As I was saying, I think we're going to see this tank, I think, like, right before the coaster, right as they're about to start the coaster. So this will really depend on where the survivors decide to, if they actually hold out the event, if they decide to hold it out, where they're going to take it, and then where they want to fight that tank.
Yeah, definitely. So this is, I think most teams taking a tank between, like, the drop and the coaster anywhere just end up fighting it back in the tunnels again. But you never know. There's some other strategies people try to employ around that area. Gonna be interesting to see. And of course, a witch at 48% is, I believe that's right after the drop as well. So that could be interesting to see. Or is that tank's actually after the event starts, isn't it?
Is it? Yes, this is the thing. I'm not as in tune with the Ace mod spawns as I was with the Pro mod spawns. I'm pretty sure that's almost like right at the start. Like, I want to say it's like right near the start of the coaster.
As a general rule of thumb, I'm pretty sure like the coaster is like 50% of the way in the map. You have a little bit of fluctuation between like when the game decides it'll actually spawn these things up, but that might actually be like an early coaster tank. So like spawning as the survivors go up that first ramp and around the corner of the coaster, so we might actually see the survivors have to take this event back right now.
Yeah, it will really depend on exactly how close they can get, but they are going to be going live right here. First half of the 3rd round of the first game. Team Paragon on the Survivor side right now, and I think someone might be... Nope, not AFK. They were standing there for a second. It's going to be a Smoker, Spitter, Hunter, and a Boomer on the first hit for Agents, playing from behind for the first time in this game. The Boomer is going to spawn up on the left side over there. Obviously, I think both teams, though, you can't shoot that through the wall, so it's going to force the Survivor to kind of move a little bit further to the right to try to kill the Boomer before the Boomer can actually vomit on them. Survivor's going to jump down, try to do that right now. Boomer almost gets the arc, but the top does go out. Nice skeet going out by Adam right there. There is a pull into Spit, however, getting an okay amount of damage, just under 30 for that first hit.
Yeah, nice skeet from Adam for sure, otherwise that could have been a lot more deadly than it was right there. And with that death order, we're probably going to be seeing a 2-2 hit for this next attack from Team Agents. We have Boomer up for Skittles and Hunter, Smoker. Do we have Spitter?
No, they do not. I think it's a Jockey for the last. And speaking of which, that Jockey is going to land onto a Boom Survivor right there. Hunter landing in the back for a momentary 2-cap. Smoker coming in just a little bit later. That could have been a lot worse had they actually had a Spitter, but they still were able to get an okay amount of damage onto Nick in the front.
Yeah, definitely quick 2-cap right there, but not a huge amount of damage, and Survivor's going to keep pushing forward. They have made it to, yeah, they're like 31% through this, so that which is probably going to be towards the end of the tunnel here, if not completely outside somewhere. And once again, a 2-2 or I guess for the first time, a 2-2 from Team Agents right now. Gonna be trying to find a way to get this spit damage to come in on this next attack.
It is going to be a 2-2 here at the drop. Boomer going in. Imagine you get a nice double boom right there as all the survivors do drop down in the same area. Spit, though, not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage. I believe the Spitter got picked right before it could spit onto that pounce with the Horde. And Team Paragon have done a great job this round of mitigating these inside hits. They have a great amount of health left, and they should be able to do almost whatever they want in terms of holding out this event, if that's what they have to do. Like I said, I'm going to be interested to see exactly when they push up to that coaster, if it's going to spawn before or as, or right after when they hit that button, depending on what happens.
Yeah, it should probably be after, which is spawned up ahead. SI not quite ready to go, but they are getting a 2-boom in the back. Smoker to the front, sitting by that wedge. Charger's going to completely whiff right there, and Spit being employed on nothing once again. Survivors do have, it looks like they have 3 melee weapons already, is that right? Wow.
I believe so. That's pretty good for them, especially in a Horde situation like this. There's going to be a pullout onto that witch, going to force Rochelle to draw the witch instead of Nick right there. And Rochelle's actually going to miss the crown and get slapped across the map right there. They do manage to kill the witch before she gets the second slap, but that is going to be 50 health gone from Urbanski.
Yeah, so that's a fair amount of chip already. None of the survivors bleeding yet, though, which means they can take this event back should they decide to. And it looks like, yeah, they're 53% right now. There's a few places to take this event too, but it looks like probably just gonna, yeah, they're gonna decide to sit in this area, wait for that first SI hit to come in, and then make some sort of a rotation somewhere that we'll have to look for in it. We have a 2-2 once again from the Agents. Gonna be trying to find that boom to make this attack happen.
I think that's the right call in this area from the Survivors, because they know if they transition, the Survivors are going to be deadlocked by Common while the SI have a full hit. So just knowing that capitalization is a thing that could happen, they are going to stand here. They're taking some damage right now from those Common. Boomer trying to arc through the fence, got nothing going. Spit is actually going to land onto Lucy, who's caught by those Common. Up next to the coast right there, lost about 20 or 30 health on that hit, and that's really unfortunate. Looks as though Paragon are actually going to decide to push up the coaster here. I think that's a good call, but they have to be careful not to trigger that tank.
Yeah, definitely so. There's a few different ways you can do this event. One of them is to just sit up here at the top of this first coaster area.
67%. If they
Really?
get... Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they are.
That's crazy. They really cannot afford to go forward at all. If they do, they're going to spawn that tank. Nice double boom just kind of jumping up the coaster right there. Smoker coming from the backside. Charter going in for some kind of bowling charge. Got nothing going. And looks as though there's going to be spit up. It's going to arc its way in, and it's going to miss.
And definitely so. You can take the event in this area pretty well, but I feel like the survivors might want to spread out just a little bit more. Not get so stacked up for those booms and whatnot. But, you know, other than that charge landing, that was a pretty good take of that hit. Getting despawns from that Smoker and the Spitter, and they have a 2-2 once again.
Yeah, this should be pretty easy to shut down. Boom coming from the same spot the last one did. Hunter jumping its way in, managing to land for a little bit of damage there. With that Spit going in, Spit really not doing a whole lot. And they actually have just moved forward and spawned the tank because the Smoker got that pull onto Ellis. This is really, really bad for Paragon now because this Horde is still coming in. 6k HP tank up in the hands of Skittles. Kissme, this is not good.
Yeah, they can still try to do some work on it, but tank coming in right now. Survivors stacked up pretty hard. They don't have a huge amount of SI right now, but they are managed to get this push. There comes Charger from the back. Gonna get leveled though. Getting a double punch in the front though on that tank. He managing to whiff some of these punches right now. Rochelle gonna get hit all the way across the world at this point. And Rock coming in. Yep, that's pretty much gonna be it. There's the end cap on Rain, and it's just Adam running away from SI like mad. There you go. It's nice jockey off of the tank punch slide.
That was really, really unfortunate for the Survivors right there. Team Paragon. Ellis got pulled by that Smoker, right? He was standing there. I don't know if the Smoker pull is what caused him to trigger the tank, or if he just accidentally took that step forward, but I'd say there were probably still another wave, maybe wave and a half of Common still coming, so it was the equivalent to a quad boom going out onto Paragon in a short area. They had to back up. And obviously, when you have a situation like that, there's a lot of resistance from both SI and specifically the Common Infected. That's a huge misplay.
Yeah, definitely so. And that event is insanely long, to be honest. It's almost like taking like a full finale Horde. Essentially, you've got like what is it like? I mean, 300 common's a lot. That's more than 4 mega mobs right there. That's like 5, 6. That's like 6 mega mobs right there, which is takes a long time. And yeah, if you start the tank in the middle of that, it's not gonna be stopping anytime soon for your survivor team. So, but Agent's gonna see how they can handle this tank. Maybe we'll see them go completely back. Boomer gonna get popped in the front right there. Hunter bouncing around. Looks like he's gonna decide to finally sack right there, and Spit being employed as just a delay measure.
Yeah,
not even gonna get any ticks there.
Pretty staggered there. I mean, the Boomer tried to do the same boom spawn, and the Hunter was still bouncing around. He had about like a third of his health by the time he actually got anywhere close to the survivors. Pretty easy shutdown for them. And this is the point now where Agents again, they're keeping it so close, PSM, for an away server game for them.
Yeah, definitely. So, excellent work playing the positioning, playing their ping disadvantage really nicely. And Boom gonna land on one up in the front. Pounce lands in the back. Spit and Jockey being employed onto Coach, getting some nice ticks onto Nick and Coach there at the front.
Spitter's actually still alive. I think he might be waiting to die in the middle of the of the door to the Swan room here. He is finally going. Actually, Coach is gonna M2 him again.
Oh, he almost got that extra spit.
The spawns are a little bit staggered now for Paragon. They're gonna have the Smoker Boomer, and then I'm assuming, well, actually, they're gonna get a pull in the back right here onto Rochelle, almost getting a double boom onto Ella as well. And that's going to be more common damage going out. So again, a really unconventional turn of events. That Spitter waiting so long to die, and then that Smoker and Boomer getting some nice chip damage onto Rochelle.
Yeah, nice moves though, kind of taking Agents by surprise right there. It's probably more damage than you'd expect to get from the next hit in this area. And they've got, you know, their timers aren't so messed up that they're going to be missing the drop hit or anything like that. So I do like those moves from Paragon as well.
Yeah, I mean, and that last single spawn there with the Hunter worked too, and now they are going to have almost a full hit coming up by the time Agents take the drop, but they actually should by the time they actually get down the hole. It's going to be a Charger, Jockey, Spitter, and another spawn coming into queue right now. It could do a lot of damage as long as the other hole, I should say, does not open in the back. So Smoker, Jockey, Charger, and Spitter for this hit from Paragon, dropping one survivor down first. There's actually 2 up top. Nick is going to be able to drop before anything bad happens right there. But that's going to be a charge spit going down. That's going to be a tri-cap landing actually from Team Paragon with a spit in the back. The Smoker and the Jockey in the front doing a lot of work. An absolutely beautiful hit coming in from the Common right there, blocking the survivors, and the SI took beautiful advantage of that. And that was a fantastic hit.
That's the kind of hit that you want to see on your home game right there. 3 survivors just went from high permanent health to full bleed in just one beautifully executed tri-cap right there. And we've got spawns up, getting ready for the next hit. Gonna be coming in right here. They're gonna be looking to get this kill before this tank comes in, probably. One boom gonna land right there. Hunter coming in from the front, gonna manage to land that pounce onto Agent.
Double cap.
Spit being employed as separation right now.
Huge double cap. Wow, okay. That one boom survivor had absolutely no chance of clearing Nick from that corner with that shotgun at that range, and then the Jockey was able to go far with the spit separation. But PSM, I really don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but they're still going to have pills, and they might be able to take that choke, you know, depending on what hit they have. Nice crown going out. Like, if this had been, like, still with Paragon Survivor have to play, they could have capitalized, but unfortunately, because they wiped the way that they did, it's still going to be about a 100-point game at the very largest score differential going into map 4.
Yeah, Survivor's probably going to decide to just gun it and run it right here. They might even end up winning this map, to be completely honest, since they know they want to run right from the beginning. SI have the hit they want for this choke point, too. They've got Smoker. Actually, don't have Jockey, but they do have Smoker Charger right here. Going to be looking for the pull-up, managing to land a Charger. Gonna whip, though. Wait, no, getting a double charge in the back.
Okay,
that
that
pounce
worked.
lands up top. Oh, my gosh.
That was fortunate for the SI right there, but as we mentioned, you know, now there's no hit really up, and the survivors, since they're bleeding out, everyone's slow almost, they are just going to be able to push this tank. And as you said, they might actually win the chapter. Tank is up in the hands of Adam here, so let's see if the survivors can actually jump him. Ellis is going to get to the side right there. Tank has blocked, and Ellis actually has pills. He's going to be able to push up with those pills. Looks though there is a Smoker in front to try and stop him. He is not going to be able to get the self-cure, so that is going to be the wipe. But I think you were right, PSM. I think they did win the chapter.
Yeah, definitely so. Good call by Ellis Low to just go and make that run, finding those pills. Tank did a good job keeping the rest of the survivors from making it past though, so keeping it from being too many more points for Agent's team over Paragon, but Paragon just barely... Actually, are they still holding on to their lead? Yes, they are, just by about 20-some points, 24 points right now. So it's a tightrope walk they're taking right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much a tie, and I mean, they're going to have to win the game on the away server, on the EU server at this point, because unless they can really do a lot of work in these last few chapters, and for them, it'd be really unfortunate if they manage to wipe on this map at this early-ish tank. But because of that last chapter, I felt as though Paragon's SI was more on point against Agents, like with the tri-cap and the double cap that landed, but at the same point in time, Agents were able to play it well enough on their special infected, taking advantage of that crucial mistake Paragon made, and then getting in front of the SI hit on the coaster to take that chapter away from Paragon. Like, that's really resilient play coming from Agents, and like I said, my hat's off to them right now for the way they're playing on this away server.
Yeah, definitely so. This is a very nice looking away game from them so far. Sitting at that, what was it, 37th seed in the tournament so far. So, you know, it's a nice spot for them to be if they can play this well on away.
We are going to be going live right here with the fourth chapter. Nice double boom landing right there from Molder of Team Agents. And it's going to be a Hunter Charger Smoker for the rest, but I think they probably stacked that first bit in this area because they're not going in. The survivors are still in the safe room, and the survivors here, even though they are on their home server, I think they're going to play it a little bit more conservatively now. Actually, never mind. They're pushing out into the Horde, and now the SI are going to have a decision to make. They can either hit right now, or as the survivors are leaving this area, as that spitter comes up, I think that's what we're going to see actually happen. But Paragon decided to push it to the left.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Skip that tent choke point while SI are up, but here comes the hit, along with a little bit of Horde right here. Charge gonna land, along with the spit. Smoker getting shut down in the back that one. Hunter actually lands in the spit a bit as well. Well, that's 60 spit damage coming out on that opening hit.
Yeah, for Ace Mod, that is really like high for just a single hit. 58 spit damage coming out. Like that Charger landing right there. I really like the call from Paragon, but the problem is, again, I think they took it just a little bit too fast. And the tank is up in the hands of Molder now for the Agents, and obviously with a nice amount of damage, I would say, just from one hit coming out, this tank is now not quite able to play Rock Tank, but I would say he pretty much can choose what he wants to do with the hitables, and then when he commits, one of the survivors is almost slow. Another charge landing onto Adam with a smoke right after that as well. Boomer going in, managing to land a single boom. Tank still is kind of screwing with his dumpsters in the background.
Yeah, definitely so. He only has one in play that I can tell. I missed where his second dumpster went, but he does have one by the tree on the right in play. Usually it's a good idea to try to get at least two of those in play to really restrict the survivors' movement as you try to fight in this area. But yeah, SI down right now. I didn't quite catch the death order, but I think probably going to be looking to commit with the next hit, regardless of what it is, yeah. And here comes Tank. He's ready to drop in. Gets the free punch onto Coach. And a second one right now. Coach, now slow, has no pills. That's going to be corner. He needs one more punch to finish it. And he's going to whiff right there, though. Going for a dumpster hit. SI going in onto survivors way across the map. They do finally get the end cap onto Adam, but the rest of these survivors have free range of motion practically. This tank's just about to go down.
Yeah, the tank is going to go down. Obviously, Adam was able to just move out of the way of that one punch that the tank went for, and then he did get downed, but that could have gone a lot worse for Paragon. Pretty good tank, though, decidedly, you know, because this game is this close. Like, that was a nice way for the Agents to do a good amount of damage, and now, I mean, Paragon still has an okay amount of health, but there are still a couple pretty bad hits that they have to deal with, including the ending event on this map. Boomer spawning up, everybody's able to dodge it though, so no boom landing right there. Charger, Smoker, and a Spitter for the rest of this hit, which should be coming in relatively soon. Charger going for a YOLO charge in the back, not really able to land much onto Verb right there, but again, a little bit of staggered spawns right before the switch.
Yeah, definitely so. They do have that Spitter up, looking to play on it as Ellis pushes forward. Gonna get that crown though. No problem with the clear by Rain onto the Spitter as well.
98 HP crown, absolutely no care, just going right for it. Kissme manages to get the crown, and that was risky, I can say, because again, at this point, like, with the way Aiden's have played, I can't stop saying it enough, like, this is going to put a lot of pressure on Paragon to do well on their high ping server. Nobody's noticing this Hunter in the corner, who now does spawn back up, going in, trying to get that cover off the jockey right there, managing to finally land on the Rochelle, just going for scratches there with that smoker. Boomer's going to go and manages to get a nice double boom as well, so not many caps landing at the same time, but they're doing pretty good damage in succession.
Yeah, that was not bad damage for kind of a throwaway hit like that appeared to be. So looks like Paragon's sitting at 546 health bonus right now, and this is another event that they can choose to wait out, and it's a pretty popular thing to do if you have not very many people bleeding. I'm a fan of doing it just most of the time anyway, since if you don't have any commons on you, SI are pretty easy to take out. But yeah, we'll have to see what Paragon chooses right here. SI getting set up. They have a 3-1. Spit going to be pre-employed onto those scaffolding. That Hunter lands, but everything else sort of whiffs, trying to go after Ellis once again.
I actually really like that, spitting on the scaffolding, forcing them off into the common, and then sending the cappers in as if it were like a boom on them instead of that spit, because that puts the survivors down into a worse area. And as a matter of fact, nobody's retaken the scaffolding at this point. I don't know if they're actually going to decide to hold out, or if they're going to decide to push. I think with the help that they've got, they probably could do either. If it were me, I would probably want to push at this point, but that's, again, just determining the situation. It's going to be a Smoker, Hunter, Boomer, and a Charger, and I expect to see Agents throw this hit in right now, or at least close to it.
Reloading.
Yeah, probably so. Don't want to wait for them to finish off this event. Nice 2-cap landing with the pull, and Charger, ooh, barely going to miss his jump onto the scaffolding area. Survivor's now down to a 386 health bonus, and that's going to trigger them to start running through the event.
Yeah.
It'll probably end just about the time the SI get their next set of spawns up at that smoker, pre-spawned in the back, managing to slow down Brabantski.
And I mean, because of that Smoker staying alive, I don't think they're going to get another Charger. Indeed, they don't. Boomer's going to swap in the back as well, getting a single boom onto Adam. Hunter looking just to do anything that he possibly can. Gonna see that Hunter landing with a pull, also getting cleared, but that is gonna be safe from 14 Paragon. Nice round by them. We'll see exactly how it comes out after they let Rain into the safe room, depending on if they do or not. Come on! Okay, there we go, finally. So that's gonna bring their total score for this first match to 2,489 for this first server. And 348 bonus. That, I dare say, Peaceman, but Agents could actually beat that.
It is possible, but I don't know. I'm more of the opinion that that early tank right there should be a wipe when played well. Meaning that if you get your hittables in there, you can get that first corner pretty well. If SI like don't rush their spawns and stuff, you can easily get a wipe in that area. Maybe not easily, but it's like within a high realm of possibility. And against these high pings, I feel like it's what they should be going for, and they can possibly pull it off. Anyway, with the Agents tank, they went for that quick corner, but tank really misplayed and like switching to hit the dumpster at the guy with 1 HP, and the SI sort of went in on things that didn't help the tank in any way at all. So yeah, we'll have to
the bumper car.
He did not use the bumper car. Bumper cars also can be very helpful.
I'm a fan of the bumper cars for some reason there, because I think you can just push all the survivors from the outside. Anyway, we are live here. Agents on the survivor half for this second half of this round. Hunter going for a DP in the sky with a Charger, Smoker, and a Boomer as the rest of the hit. Hunter's still bouncing around up there. Smoker's going to miss his pull. Boomer's going to also miss the arc boom. One survivor is alone outside. Everything's shut down. Hunter trying desperately to land right there. It actually does, right next to the Boomer, but again, a lot less damage going out onto Team Agents due to the fact that they pushed out before the survivors could land a boom and then get a spitter.
Yeah, that Hunter was trying really hard to get the DP there, and didn't end up getting more than 1 damage from his pounce by the end of it. But we do have Spit, Hunter, Charger, Smoker set up, or getting set up right now for this next hit. We'll probably see it happen as the tank spawns right here. Spitter gonna get a pre-spawn up top. Charger managing to land right now. What a beautiful tri-cap. That smoke all the way across the map right now. That's a lot of damage for a pre-tank right here.
Tank is up in the hands of Verbansky, and as that was happening, I was worried because that dumpster did come flying in, but that was another really nice tri-cap from Paragon.
Yeah, definitely so. And Tank, I like this Tank's hittable positioning a little bit more than the last one. He's got 2 of them fairly solidly in play. I didn't see what happened to the third. I think he lost one of his dumpsters. Yeah, he sort of went out of the way. And Survivors, wow, this is like classic like European pug meta. Oh, and there goes the first rock. Survivors on European servers seem to prefer taking the tank back over on this other side of the map, possibly for better LOS between hits.
Maybe, but
they're sort of meta right there. I'm not as big of a fan of this. How about you?
Oh boy, I'm not because of that. That's exactly why I don't like it, because that boomer can go in and get such a nice arc right there. And if I'm the tank, I'm going to start moving in. That's indeed what Verbanski is going to do. Now the Survivors are going to push their way back towards the safe room. Dumpster going in. Oh, that's a really bad spot.
Yeah, that's
a better
gross
spot
dumpster.
one,
he does have that second one. SI looking for that pull on the smoker. Gonna get a nice dumpster, almost turning into a dumble. That's slowed down. This tank at 5k HP, looking for his dumpster again as the Survivors practically juke past him. Is he just going for a kill right now? He's gonna run out of health really quickly. They do get a jockey right next to that double in cap with the dumpster and the charge, getting the last Survivor.
What a wipe by Paragon right there. And the thing is, Kissme, when you ask me that question, like, do you prefer the spot? That boomer doing what that boomer did is exactly why I hate it, because there is almost no way to block that proxy if the boomer just climbs up, unless people are able to sit there and someone gets a jump on it. But with a situation like that, the Survivors were sitting there, even when the 2 other spawns weren't up, the tank was able to push his way in, originally going for that kill, getting the double dumpster after that, and that's exactly what you can see happening. And now, obviously on the home server, things have shifted decidedly in the favor of the North American team.
Yeah, definitely so. I really love the hittable placement and the hittable work just overall from Verbanski on that. Really good job zoning the Survivors out with just one hit after another, and great moves by the SI supporting him for those additional dumpster caps as well. It's just great all around.
Verb saying in team chat, my face went lucky hittable.
Yeah, it's totally luck when you get a hittable on a pulled guy and then on a jockey guy. It's 100% luck. There's no reason Agent should have wiped there. GG.
Exactly. But hey, you know what? This is a situation now where the Agents, okay, now they're playing from behind. This is more, I'd say, typical of what you usually see from score differential on a away server, but at the same point in time, they've done pretty well in other aspects of the game. If they can get an early wipe right here, they could really lessen that score delta going into the second game of this match. We are going live here. Charger going in, almost managing to land there, but instead charges the wall. SI are single spawning a little bit at this point. Very staggered. Hunter's still bouncing around, and they have saved a boomer for the witch that has already spawned up here.
And here comes the witch. Ooh, that looked scary. She was swinging while he went for that shot. Tank going up in the hand of Skittles. Let's see if he can make the Survivor team taste the rainbow as we get a one boom on the back Survivors right here. Tank not going to be grabbing a hittable of any sort, just going to move up towards these Survivors. Once again, going for this sort of tri-cap meta, it looks like, going for that boom solo. And Tank gonna push in before he quite has that last spawn. Smoker gonna miss his pull over there. Charger gonna need to get something, manages to get a, wow, double punch happening as the other 2 Survivors land. If this Hunter lands his cap, this is it.
Oh my goodness, that Charger managed to land. That multi-punch Kissme was insane. That was absolutely insane.
This is just ridiculous right now, and managing to finish up the wipe onto that last Survivor. There's Coach pulled in the front. Beautiful SI right there. I can't believe, even if it was just a 1 charge, right? That's a 1 charge with, like, what did he have, 160 ping? I don't remember exactly which of the SI that was. But it's just beautiful, and then the 2 punch off of that. Great job by Agents on that early finale wipe.
And hey, as I mentioned, you know, now suddenly that momentum, this has been a great match. Just as a singular game, regardless of the fact it's a best of 2 series, this has been a fantastic match in the first round here. Anybody who was complaining at this point of the match as being a little lackluster, you need to watch this game because this has been great so far. That tri-cap was in sequence, so like the Charger landed, the tank got the multi-punch, the Smoker got the pull, the Hunter got the last cap, and the tank got the corner. Agents now have reverse field and have a little bit of momentum here, so at the very most, right, if they were just to spontaneously combust when they step out of the safe room, it's just going to be a just over 800 point differential going into the EU match. We're going to be going live right here. Boomer working his way in after that smoke going out. Nice 2-cap landing from Paragon on the 2 double boom survivors, but Kissme, if you're Agents, how do you play this tank on Survivor?
Oh, gosh, honestly, you probably try to do very similar to how Paragon played it, except try to focus the SI a little more. Because every single SI landed for Team Agents during that tank, and if the same thing happens, it's going to be a wipe once again. They really need to, not eat that early charge or manage to rotate around and kill some SI early on during that tank. They are still holding a boomer right here on Team Paragon, though. Gonna go for that one boom, and Smoker gonna pull to the front, looking for just a rock. But they don't manage to find it from Team Paragon right here. So that might actually give them another boomer on the next attack. We'll have to see how they deal with that. And there goes the Survivors, taking this opportunity with 2 of the SI down.
Whoa.
Really, really push this tank. He doesn't care if he gets rocked, apparently. That's a nice punch going on to the Survivors. They are managing to back up pretty well. Coach getting stuck on the table, though. Those table strats, 2 strong charge gonna land right here.
No way! No
That's
way!
what a try!
Oh my goodness, that tank is down to 780 HP. Agent has to unload his last clip into this tank before that completes, but instead, he's gonna get cornered Kissme. I cannot believe the game we have in front of us.
Oh my gosh, talk about getting punished for that cheeky push that they went for right there. They do manage to win the finale by double the other team's score. No, but yeah, that's a nice home game for Team Paragon right there. 2,537 to 1,766 for Team Agents.
I thought that tank was absolutely screwed when he got pushed. If they had pushed him, right, for the 2K and then they had moved back and forced that tank to have to commit on them in the same area, that would have been a very, I would dare say, easy take for Agents, but instead they got a little bit too over aggressive, and as that tank was able to get that lockup onto Nick with the rock and then the punch almost the corner, then the rest of the SI were all able to come in from the back. The over aggression from Agents opened up those spawns, and then we saw another tri-cap. I don't know the last time that I saw 2 teams get tri-capped and wiped in succession on the Dark Carnival finale.
Yeah, probably not since, I don't know. Then again, we don't normally see it this early into the tournament. So usually it's some higher level teams on those Dark Carnival matches, but yeah, that was very nice to see. It makes that first game go a lot quicker too, so we can move on to game 2.
Hey,
that's sort of where my head's at right now, but that's like what was it, like 600-point lead for Team Paragon, and now they have to play their away game on a European server against Team Agents.
I think it was about, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been 800, right, or closer to an 800. Maybe 7 something.
It was 2,500 to 700. Sorry, 2,500 to 1,700-ish.
Gotcha. Well, we are going to be making the server, and I have been instructed to say that we will be back with the second game in a few minutes, and I believe that's going to give Kissme a chance to do a couple of things, depending on when we get back in the server. So thanks everybody for watching game 1, and we will be back with game 2 in just a moment.